Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarini. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Te Namaha. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrindi ki jai. Namacharya Das Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. Can all unmute once and say Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So today, Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to understand Gita in 18 days. So today, chapter 4, Jnana Yoga. So what was the chapter name yesterday?
Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga. Okay. Good. So today, Jnana Yoga, Yoga of Knowledge. Actually, in this chapter, Krishna is going to tell about how this Bhagavad Gita came into existence and what, when was it first told. Bhagavad Gita was first told when. Okay. So let's go into the chapter. So let's pay our obeisances to Sri Radha Govinda, ISKCON Mangaluru deities, and pray that let this Bhagavad Gita be easily understandable to us. And the 18 days that we conduct are based on the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Overview of the chapter. The lineage of transcendental knowledge, Parampara. So basically there are 6 parts. So first we are going to see, Krishna is going to explain how this knowledge has been given from in a Parampara system, Guru Parampara system. And then how, when it got lost, why it got lost, and why, what was the need that was again the Bhagavad Gita was told to Arjuna. And then Krishna explains the divine nature of Lord's experience. So how Krishna came into this world, right? So after that, Krishna, the creator and culmination of all paths. So ye yatha mam prapadyante. So how one can surrender, and Krishna, how does he reciprocate to the devotees? That is explained. And then understanding karma on the platform of Jnana. So we are going to see different types of karma. So karma, akarma, vikarma, like different types of karma. And then attaining Jnana through yajna. So how to achieve Jnana by doing the sacrifice, and methods and results and glories of attaining yajna. So basically how one can take a shelter of a bona fide acharya, and through him how we can attain knowledge. So this is explained in this. Okay, so question to all of you. among hundreds of versions of Gita available in market, which is the appropriate Gita according to you? Okay, you can answer. Any idea on this? How to choose a Bhagavad Gita? Like you go to a shop and you want to read a Bhagavad Gita. So what is the criteria? How do you identify that which book I have to buy, right? So, okay. Varun says as it is. Yes. Okay. Any other answers? Anybody wants to say? Can unmute and say. Caller on. How do you make out if that is a right one, or how do you make the differentiation? No one has any idea on this?
I just go and see Bhagavad Gita and open any random page and think about what is written in this page and how can I apply it to my life.
Okay. So, but then, okay,
sequence.
but then, okay. So in that there is a risk, right? Like the author will give his opinion there. So how do you make out that is the right one? Okay. So, okay. Now we will see. We'll see in this chapter. So Bhagavad Gita as it is. Why did Prabhupada first of all kept the name as Bhagavad Gita as it is? Because there are already many Bhagavad Gitas available in the market. It was available when Prabhupada first wrote Bhagavad Gita. There were already many editions. So now it is more than 600 editions of Bhagavad Gita is available. So it is very difficult. So then why Prabhupada kept as it is? Because most of the Bhagavad Gita that people have written, it all has their own opinions, because these are written by politicians, some scholars, philosophers, right? So there is no glorification of Krishna there. So Prabhupada has seen those books. So where many people don't mention much about Krishna at all, the Krishna is not there. So whatever they have their own selling points and they want to promote something. So based on that, they give their opinions. So that is not genuine. So, and then Prabhupada mainly had, what was the mood of Prabhupada? Like Prabhupada gives in the preface actually in the book, that mainly he wanted to give that there should not be any, first of all, there should not be any adult own interpretation. And then the original Bhagavad Gita as it is, that is how it is coming from the parampara, right? So whenever we buy a Gita, we should see that which parampara that whoever has written, the acharya or whoever the person has written, so is it coming from a proper sampradaya? So it's just like that when you join any engineering or medical college, so you just can't join whimsically, right? You do a lot of research. So when it comes to a spiritual thing also, we cannot just take it any book. So we have to see properly whether it belongs to a proper sampradaya or who is a bona fide acharya, and then we have to take that. So this Bhagavad Gita, and then Prabhupada wanted to present the will of Lord. So what does Krishna say? It comes in chapter 9, where Krishna says, Manmana bhava matbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mami vaishasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. So become my devotee, pay obeisances to me and worship me. So in this way, you can come to me. So, and Prabhupada wanted to tell people like how great is the Lord, what is the position of the living entity, and what is the ultimate benefit of reading this Bhagavad Gita. So to establish an eternal relationship with the God. So these are the things which Prabhupada had in mind. That was the reason. And also many Bhagavad Gitas have come into market, but Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, it made a revolution. Like, so in just a matter of 4 years, it became very famous, right? So no other book became so famous as Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because how do you know the result? Like when somebody reads the Gita, end of the day, there should be some effect in their life. If the person has not changed, there is no change in him, that means that Bhagavad Gita is not really that is not so good book, right? I mean, in the sense, it is not, if it is not giving any effect on us, and if I'm not changing, it is not bringing any change in me, that means it is not a good book. So in that way we can make out, like if somebody goes to a doctor, how do you identify? So that the whatever disease we have, it should get cured, right? So similarly, when we read, there should be change in us. So that is why Prabhupada brought this Bhagavad Gita as it is. So have you all seen this copy? Actually, I forgot to bring it here now. Do you, any of you have with you the copy, or a hard copy is available with you? Any of you have it already? Okay, Varun has it. Okay, nice. Archana also has it. Okay. Whoever don't have, please buy, because that Prabhupada has very nicely explained in detail, like it has the, there is a shloka, and then for each Sanskrit word, word to word meaning is given. After that, the purport in the sense, it is a detailed explanation is been given, and where Prabhupada brings references from different scriptures and Bhagavatam also. So it is very beautiful book. So everybody must have it. So first shloka. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave abravit. Okay, someone can read the translation.
The blessed Lord.
Yeah. Some is agreeing.
The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god, Vivaswan. And Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind. And Manu in turn instructed it to Iswak.
Yes. So Krishna is explaining the history now of Bhagavad Gita, how it started, how this divine knowledge has been transferred. So from so Krishna is telling here, first I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. So who is Vivaswan? He's sun god, right? In this we have sun planet. We only see the sun rays, but there is a person there inside the planet. So how is it possible? Because they have that kind of body. Just like for this material world, we have been made, our body is made of this 5 pancha mahabhutas, right? So similarly, a person who that kind of body he has, where the person is there. So the sun god Vivaswan. So Krishna tells this divine knowledge first to sun god Vivaswan, and from him, so he gave it to Vivaswan, and Vivaswan gave it to Manu. Who is Manu? Father of mankind, right? So from Manu, then it was given to Ikshvaku. So who is a famous personality who came in Ikshvaku dynasty? Anyone knows?
Lord Rama.
Yes, very good. It's Lord Rama, right? He also comes in the same dynasty, Ikshvaku. So, and then we go to the next shloka. So this is how it came, through like parampara. So usually in those days, they were called Raja Rishis. So all the kings, they were so much, they had so much of knowledge of all Bhagavad Gita and all scriptural knowledge they had. And they were the capable people to rule. And their duty was to make all the people also the Krishna consciousness or God consciousness, so that everybody can go back to Godhead. So that is why they were called as Raja Rishis. So then what was the need for Krishna to again give this knowledge? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalene hamahata yogo nashta parantapa.
This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost.
Yeah. So why there was a need? So Krishna is telling here. So in between somewhere that chain got cut. So it was coming from one king to his son. Like once he becomes, after 50 years, they used to go. They used to take sannyas. They used to give the kingdom to their son, hand it over, and then they will go for sannyas. So like that, they were the knowledge was going to different kings in the disciplic succession, but somewhere the succession was broken. So that is why there was a need of Krishna. There was a need of giving this knowledge to Arjuna at the end of Dwapar Yuga. So how do you identify a bona fide guru? Okay. Anybody can chat, post your.
We can't.
Huh?
If we have the knowledge.
Yeah. So basically, just by seeing we can't, right? Because yesterday we saw in chapter 3 how that sannyasi was having wearing outside dress like a sannyasi, but then he was having addiction for mobile and for cigarette. So there are some criteria. So anybody has an idea what is the criteria? Yes, Parnika. I think Parnika. Yeah.
Some great devotees are having, like, they have titles like Prabhupada or Vishnupada, which means they are the representative of the lotus feet of the Lord.
Okay.
So they are considered very pure devotees, and people like Prabhupada, they have that title, which means they are the representative of Lord Vishnu. So they are pure Vaishnavas.
If you see the whoever in any spiritual organization, everybody will have that, no? Some name they will keep, Jagat Guru or Shri, something like that. Everybody will keep. How do you make out that?
And
is it the only criteria?
like
Anybody can keep name anything, no?
Twice-born people, like first when they approach first they study Vedas and
yeah,
they're
he should
called
be very
twice-born.
well versed in Vedas, no? A good guru means he should know, he should have. Yes, Agrim, you want to add anything?
Spiritual connection or the attraction we feel to someone can be a factor.
Yes. True. When we speak to that person, like when Prabhupada, because we can take the example of Prabhupada, because when Prabhupada went to West, he didn't have any amount with him, and also there were no people to propagate also to Krishna consciousness. He didn't have any money. But then, how did so many people become devotees? Because of his purity, right? Yes, good point. Yes. Anyone else? Anushka, you had raised your hand. Wanted to say anything?
Yes, actually, just by seeing somebody or just by his attire, we cannot make out whether that person is a bona fide guru or not. But it's just the actions or the words that they speak in their true senses. That's how we come to know about them.
Very nice. So Prabhupada also says, so you have to see, like when we see a guru, you have to see how is his lifestyle and also what does he speak. So Prabhupada, if we see his life, like all the time, whenever he speaks, everything he connects to Krishna and he speaks. He used to speak. He never spoke anything material in all his life, and even while leaving his body, like last words were like, until his last breath, he was dictating Bhagavatam on the dictaphone, right? And then his last words were that everything happens as per the will of Krishna. So those were the last words of Prabhupada when he left. Okay. Apart from that, there are some other criteria which, so we have here this from a scripture which says, Sampradaya Vihina ye mantraste nishpala matahataha kalau bhavishyanti chatvara sampradayinaha Shri Brahma Rudra Shanaka Vaishnava Shriti Pavana Chatvaraste kalau bhavyahi utkale purushottamataha kalau bhavishyanti. Okay, can you read the translation?
Any mantra that does not come in disciplic succession is considered to be fruitless. Therefore, 4 divine individuals will appear in the age of Kali to found disciplic schools. The founders of these 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas are Lakshmi or Sri Brahma, Rudra, and Sanaka Rishi, and the Acharyas of the Kali age who follow their lines will appear in the holy city of Purushottama in Odisha.
Okay, now anybody can tell now by seeing this, you have got a clue. So what is the criteria? What is the criteria of deciding if the guru belongs to if he's a bona fide guru? Yes, Parnika?
He should be in the line of disciplic succession.
Yes, very good. So he should have he should be coming from a proper disciplic succession. There should be, his guru should be there. So Prabhupada says whatever he is telling, like everything is like somebody in West, a journalist asked Prabhupada that you have written such a nice book, and she starts praising Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada says, I have not written. It's told, whatever his guru has told, the same thing he has told. Like it is like I'm just a postmaster. Whatever is given, I'm just giving, and whatever Krishna has told, the same thing is being told. So that comes only in a guru parampara. So basically, there are 4 parampara system. This is here. It is the same thing is mentioned. So one, it belongs to Lord Brahma and Sri Lakshmi, Lord Shiva, and 4 Kumaras. So our ISKCON belong to Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, so whose Acharya is Madhvacharya, and then Sri Lakshmi Sampradaya, where the Acharya is Ramanujacharya, and Lord Shiva, it is called Rudra Sampradaya, where Vishnu Swami is the Acharya, and there is one more called 4 Kumaras, where Nimbakar Acharya is the Acharya. So these are the 4 which comes in Vaishnava Parampara. Okay. So here we can see okay. So here from Krishna, so you can see here from Krishna, this knowledge comes to Brahma, and from Brahma to Narada, and Narada, like we can see here, Krishna to Narada, and then Vyasa, then Madhava, then like that it comes. So 22nd Acharya is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here his guru is Ishwarapuri and his guru is Madhavendrapuri. So they are also famous acharyas in the Sampradaya. And then Prabhupada's guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, on 31st Acharya, and Prabhupada is the 32nd Acharya in the disciplic succession. So any Bhagavad Gita, when we see, so that authentication should be there, that person belong to a proper Sampradaya, then we know that the information is not, there is no, what to say, adulteration or anything in the information given. So as it is. So that is why it is called as Bhagavad Gita as it is. So this is a video now. So they're all our acharyas. So 5 great acharyas.
Sharadava Tadaya Karuna Ghanaganatyam Prapta Shakalana Gunanavasha Vande Gurasi Charanarabindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Baditramadyanman Sorasena Ramanchakam Pasutaranga Bhaju Vande Gurasi Charanarabindam Sansharadavaanalira Loka Jnana Yoga Ghanaganatyam Sapta Sakalana Gunarnavasha Vande Gurasi Charanarabindam Sri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Singaratanmandiramajnado Sivigraharadhananittanana Singaratanmandiramajnado Yuktascha bhaktangscha nijanjatopi vande gurasitaranarabindam Yuktascha bhaktangscha nijanjatopi vande gurasitaranarabindam Samsharadavadanalilaloka Pranaya karunya Ghanatyam Saptasya kalyana gunarnabasha Vande gurasi charanarabindam Chaturvidhasi bhagavat prasada Sadvanatitam harivakra sanghan Chaturvidhasi bhagavat prasada Sadvanatitam harivakra sanghan Trittaiva triting bhajata sadaiva Trittaiva triting bhajata sadaiva Vande gurasi charanarabindam Vande gurasi charanarabindam Vande gurasi charanarabindam
Okay. So that was a nice video on how this knowledge is coming in the Sampradaya. Okay, qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita. So we need to have a qualification to understand. So it is not easy for anyone just like that to understand. So what is Lord saying here? Sa evayam mayatedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyame taduttamam.
That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of the science.
Yes. So what is Krishna saying here? So it is not because you are bhaktosi me sakacheti, because you are my devotee and my friend. So that is why I'm telling this confidential knowledge to you. So, like how many, who all have heard this Bhagavad Gita? Who all, apart from Arjuna, other people also, some of them heard Bhagavad Gita. So who was that?
Sanjay Dhritarashtra.
So Dhritarashtra, did he understand anything? Because he also heard all complete Bhagavad Gita, and also he saw, but end of the time, at the end of the chapter, we see that Sanjay was in ecstasy when he understands that it is Lord himself and it is who is there in the war field. He was in ecstasy, but there was no reaction from Dhritarashtra because he didn't have. Can somebody tell what was the reason why Dhritarashtra was not able to understand? What was the missing thing in him? What is
Because
the
of
reason?
attachment or the feelings he attached to the victory of his sons.
Yeah, and did he have that surrendering attitude towards Krishna? Did he have?
No, and also because he wasn't as devoted as others were towards Krishna.
Yeah, there is a voice is not clear. So, okay. Yes. So he didn't. So basically, what this shows, we cannot understand if we don't have a proper attitude, right? If we don't have belief in what Krishna is telling, or if we don't believe, then we will not be able to understand Bhagavad Gita. Okay. We chose to see only material possessions. Yes. Yes. So good. So Krishna will not just like that reveal to anyone. So if we have that submissive attitude, and that first of all we need to accept that Krishna is the Lord, or he is the Supreme Lord. So only then we will be able to understand this mystery. But how you are now Arjuna has a question. So Krishna says that I have told this knowledge to sun god Vivaswan. So now, and when was this told? 120 million years ago. So now Arjuna has a doubt. How is this possible that you have told to sun god, but you are my contemporary? They were like same age. So this question is natural, right? So Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvatah katam etad vijaniyam tamadau tvamadau proktavaniti.
Arjun said, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him?
Yeah, so very natural question, right? So Krishna is telling, I told this, then how is it possible? Vivaswan is so senior birth to you. So how did you tell this? How should I understand this? Okay, I think I just told. How many years before Gita was spoken by the Lord? Okay, any idea? When was Gita told first? Okay, now Krishna says, here I have told to Vivaswan. Any guesses? How many years back this was told?
At the time of creation.
Can you number how many years? Like,
Oh,
guess. Okay, when was Bhagavad Gita told to Arjuna? How many years back was it? Okay. End of Dwapar Yuga, yes. End of Dwapar Yuga, it was approximately 5,000 years back. It was told to Arjuna, right? So, but here Krishna is telling, I have told prior to that to Vivaswan. So, okay, we'll see. So, okay, before understanding that, okay, why this is coming first? Okay, basically this, I think this is the next slide. Okay, before understanding, we'll understand the life of Brahma. Okay, so this Bhagavad Gita actually was told 120 million years ago. Okay, so that is 12 crore years back. So life of a Brahma, if we take, so we'll start from the below. So Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. And how many years have passed? 5,120 something. So only so much of, actually the Kali Yuga that we are now is called as golden period. So currently this is a golden period, and future it is not, it is going to become more and more worst, Kali Yuga, because it is predicted by Parashara Muni that Prayena Prayena what is that? Prayena alpayuhu kalau asmin yuged janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bada upadrata. Means in Kali Yuga, the people will be having very less age. Like over the time, after many years, the end of Kali Yuga, people are going to live less than 20 years. So it is predicted. Everything is done, mentioned in Bhagavatam. So, and then people are going to have, there'll be more diseases, and people very immoral, and people will be eating the human flesh also. So that kind of days are going to come in end of Kali Yuga. So this is called as golden period. And now we have to take advantage of this, because we don't know if we again born after after 10,000 years, then it will be more horrible, because we never know if this knowledge also is accessible to us, because people will be so bad, they may destroy all this literature. So we don't know if that is accessible also. That is why we have to take advantage of this in this birth only. So here Kali Yuga, Kali Yuga into 2 times is Dwapar Yuga, that is 8,64,000 years. And if Kali Yuga multiplied by 3 times is Treta Yuga, 12,96,000 years. And then Kali Yuga multiplied by 4 times is the Satya Yuga. Okay, that is 17,28,000 years. So this will take some time for you to understand, but we will share this to you in the PPT, so you can go through again. So these 4 yugas together is called as one Divya Yuga. Okay, and such Divya Yuga, 71 Divya Yugas is called as one Manvantara. You must have heard about Manvantara. So Manu is 1 day. So 71 Divya Yugas is called as one Manvantara. And such 14 Manvantaras. And similarly, the 15 Sandhya, that is the evening. 14 Manvantara means the day, and the night is the 1 day of Brahma. That is called as one Kalpa. So such Brahma lives for 36,000 kalpas. What we can understand from this is that even life of Brahma is defined. Yes, Brahma is a very great personality, but then there is even end for his life. He lives for 300 trillion years. This is a life of Brahma. So we can see the life of Brahma. So currently our Chatur Mukha Brahma, right? So he has passed 50 years. So half of his life is over, not in our age. It is 155 trillion years have been passed. And then 6 Manvantras he has seen already. So 27 yugas. Can you imagine this? This is never ending. Like every time after Kali Yuga, then Satyuga comes, Dwapar Yuga, this keeps happening. So Krishna's pastimes is keep on happening. This it is said that Brahma on every day in Brahma's 1 day, morning he will do creation, and before going to bed, he will annihilate everything and then he will go to sleep. So like that, he has seen 27 cycles of 4 yugas already. So which comes to 116 million years. And then Satya, Treta and Dwapara he has seen 9 times into 432. So time lapsed in Kali Yuga is 5,117 years. So life of Brahma, 155 trillion years. So half age is over of. So this is a life of Manu. So, accepting that before the birth of Manu, the Gita was spoken by Lord to disciple, sun god, Vivasvan. So 120 million years back, it was told. So this was, just see how many, in our years, if we convert Lord Brahma's time, then it is like 1 day is 864 crore years. And then 1 hour is 36 crore years. 1 minute is 6 crore. And 1 second of Brahma is 1 lakh years of us. How minute we are. We are not even compared to an insect, right? So we are nothing in front of Brahma. So when was this Gita came to earth? So yes, somebody can read this translation. Yeah, he can start here in the beginning of millennium.
In the beginning of the millennium, known as Treta Yuga, this science of the relationship with the Supreme was delivered by Vivasvan to Manu. Manu, being the father of mankind, gave it to his son Maharaja Iswak, the king of this earth planet and forefather of the Raghu dynasty, in which Lord Ramachandra appeared. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita existed in the human society from the time of Maharaja Iswak.
Yeah. So when to earth, when it came, it is 2 million years back. So this is same thing what we read, what Krishna has told. So it is also mentioned in the Mahabharata Shanti Parva chapters. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa.
The blessed Lord said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. O subduer of the enemy.
Yeah. So how did this happen? Like for Arjuna's question, Krishna is answering that. I remember all the births. So how is this possible that Krishna remembers everything? Because we take body, we keep on changing body every life, right? Now I have this body, and then next life I don't know which body, because based on our karma we get a next body. But Krishna is not like that. His body is Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Anadir Adi. He's already there. It is not like Krishna has taken birth like us. He appears when he comes to this world. He appears on his own will. So it is not like us. He is forced to come into a mother's womb. So Krishna is telling many births we both have taken, but I remember everything, because whenever Krishna comes, he comes in that spiritual body. So for him, so we'll further see that what is the difference. So Krishna's body is spiritual. That is why he remembers everything. And also Krishna is there as Paramatma in our heart, right? So he knows everything, what I did, how many, whatever thousands of births I have taken. Krishna has note of everything, what I did in all those births. So how does Krishna appear? Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanamishvaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavamatmaya mayaya.
Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all the sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form.
Yeah. So Krishna is saying here that I am unborn and my body is transcendental, so which never deteriorates. But our body is not like that, right? Every day it deteriorates. We are not the same as we were in small. So and like after many years, again we will become old, and then we have to die. Our body deteriorates. But then Krishna's body is transcendental. So, and then Krishna is telling here that I appear in every millennium. So, in the original form. So, Krishna, whenever he comes in a original form. So, here we can see Devaki and Vasudeva. So, Krishna first appears, he gives the four-handed form, like Vishnu form. He shows, and then he comes to the heart of, like this is mentioned in Bhagavatam, that he's called as Hridaya Garbha. That means he comes to the heart of Vasudeva and then to the heart of Devaki, and then he becomes a child. And and also Krishna appears like with all ornaments, right? Any baby will come like this, the normal baby, no, right? So with all ornaments, wearing all, and with having Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, right? And then he had hairs, and also it is said that even the baby had a teeth when it was born. So these are only possible for a Lord. So basically, in the their previous life, they were Aditi and Kashyapa, and previous to that, they were Sutapa and Prishni. So they did 10,000 years of meditation, and then after that, and because it was in Satyoga, so they meditated on the Lord, and then Lord appeared and he asked what they want. Then he said they wanted him as their son. So Krishna says, okay, next birth it is not possible. After that next birth, I will come as your son. So accordingly, Krishna comes as their son. So this is all, these details are given in the Mahabharata. Yes, agreeing. Yeah, you are saying that Krishna choose to choose to end his body's life in a human manner, and he says that even I follow the rules of the real. No, that is a pastime. Okay, to leave this world, Krishna has to do a pastime. So that is a pastime. His body will not happen anything. It is just a pastime. He has to show to the people. Okay. When does Krishna appear? So you all may be knowing this famous shloka. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata apyuttanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious patterns, O descendant of Bharata, and predominant rise of irreligion at that time, I dissent myself.
Yeah. So yada yada hi dharmasya, whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice. So whenever the people become more and more this sense gratification and they forget what is the aim of life, right? So when that happens, Krishna says that I will come. So what is dharma? Dharma is intrinsic quality of something. Like basically, if you say what is dharma of a sugar, it is to be sweet. And what is dharma of salt? It is always salt. So dharma does not change. It is not like for one person it is different dharma. For Hindu it is a one dharma, Muslim dharma. So these are all we have made that these things. But Krishna is talking about here the dharma which applies to everyone. So what is dharma? The instructions given by the Lord. Dharmamstu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. And highest is the Bhagavatam Dharma, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma, Yeto Bhaktir Adokshaje. So it's that means the highest Dharma is the to understand the Lord. Okay. So here Krishna is telling that whenever there is a decline in religion, I shall descend. So in Kali Yuga, how many incarnations do you have idea? How many incarnations God has taken? How many incarnations? Yes, Parnika.
In Kali Yuga, he came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and again he is going to another avatar, Kalki. He has not taken that avatar yet.
Yes. Yes, good. So there are it is said in Bhagavatam that Krishna's avatars that is are unlimited. Okay. So but then few or we can see here the 10 famous Dashavatara, right? So you can identify here which is the first one here.
Here, nursing and here,
Yes.
Matsya.
This one. Which avatar is this? Vamandev. And here?
Parshuram.
Yeah. And who is this?
Rahaswami.
Rahaswami. Yes. And here?
Kashyapata.
Kurma avatar.
No, Kurma Avatara. Yes. And this one?
Matsya avatar.
Matsya Avatara. And who is this?
Kalki avatar.
He is going to be, he will not have any soft corner. He's going to come with a sword and he's going to just kill everyone with the sword. So no courtesy. So Kalki Avatar. Because people will be so irreligious. And who is this?
Gautam Buddha.
Lord Buddha, yes. And who are these two personalities here?
Lord Balrama.
And Krishna, right? And who is this?
Sri Rama.
Yeah, Lord Sri Ram, right? So actually Bhagavatam says there is unlimited expansion. Whenever, Krishna comes in different time, but very few in Bhagavatam it explains about 22 incarnations. So how does Krishna appear in Kali Yuga? So you all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So yesterday also we saw a shloka which explains that Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastaparsadam Yagnai Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hisumedasha. So it's mentioned in the Bhagavatam. So Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam. He is a Krishna, but he is in the color of a golden color. Is not, and he comes with his associates, and he is going to teach a Sankirtana Yagna, and all the intelligent people they are going to follow. So why does Krishna appear? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkrutam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Okay. Yeah, please read.
In order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium.
Yeah, so three things Krishna is telling here. One is to deliver the pious. So because his parents were in a problem, right? The Devaki and his devotees. And then to annihilate the miscreants, to punish them, and to re-establish the principles of religion. So that is the reason Krishna is asking now Arjuna to fight. So that dharma can be established, because all of them, the Kauravas are on the, they are ruling with, they're very irreligious people, right? Very adharmic. So he want to kill everyone and then establish the principles of religion. So who is a sadhu? So Bhagavatam explains that a sadhu, you can just, it comes in Canto 3, Shloka 25. Titikshavah. Titikshavah means one who is very tolerant. And then Karunikaha. Karunikaha means merciful. And then Suhruda. Suhruda means who is friendly to all living entities, not just a human being, to all living entities. And Ajata Shatravaha means he don't have any enemies. So such is the person, and then who is abides all the scriptures. So such person is called as sadhu. So because some people say that, okay, why is Krishna not coming now? And these questions will come. But then Krishna is not anyone. So who is a sadhu? So someone who is very tolerant, merciful, and who is all friend to all, who don't have any enemies, and such who abides by all scriptures. Such person is called as sadhu. And for delivering of pious also, Krishna usually, if we see in Bhagavatam, we understand that for killing the miscreants, Krishna can send his associates also. No need for Krishna to come. Actually, Krishna comes to do his sweet pastimes. So so that his devotees relish that. So to give them enjoyment, Krishna comes, takes the birth. So what is the benefit of knowing Krishna? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tektva deham punarjanmam naiti mameti sorjuna.
One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains eternal abode or Jnana.
Yeah, so this is a Shruti Pala, right? So what is the benefit of understanding about Krishna's birth? So Krishna is telling here that one who understands that Krishna is a transcendental body, his transcendental nature of appear and activities both. So the Janma and Karma both. So that person will not take birth again in this material abode. So that means he can go to spiritual abode. So what is difference between Krishna and us? Okay, we'll see here. So Krishna's body is spiritual. So but our body has a covering like this. Like outer we have a gross body, which is made of 5 elements. And then again we have a subtle body, which is called as mind, intelligence, and ego. And then we have a soul. Actually, basically we are souls, but the soul is covered by subtle body and gross body. But there is no such covering. For Krishna, everything is same. There is no difference between mind, body, intelligence. There is not separate thing. Everything is it's all transcendental for Lord. And our form is temporary, right? We take different forms. We can be plant life, animal life, because there are 84 lakh species. We don't know which species we were, so we keep on changing. But then for Krishna, it is, and ours is temporary, Krishna's it is permanent. We are controlled by Maya. Krishna is controller of Maya. So we see here the Maya, the 3 modes of nature, Sattva, Rajo, and Tamoguna, they are controlling us. But Krishna, he is controlling all, because Krishna says, Devi Hiesha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratreya, Maya Mame Vaishyasi, Devi Hiesha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratreya, Mame Vaye Prapadyante, Maya Metam Tarantite. So my external energy is very difficult to overcome, but then whoever surrenders to me can overcome, Krishna says. That means Krishna is the controller of Maya. So this is the difference. Then who can understand Krishna's transcendental love? Vitaraga bhayakrodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagataha.
Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me.
Yeah, so these are the qualification. So if we have to attend, then we have to leave all these things. We have to be free from attachment, the fear, anger, right? Because Krishna also says in further, the three gate to hell, which is lust, anger, and fear, krodha, right? Lust, anger, and greed. These three are gate to hell. So if these things we have in our heart, then we will never be able to understand Krishna. So there are many people, so these are called as 12 Mahajans who have understood the Lord. So Brahma, and this is Shambhu, Lord Shiva, and Shukadev Goswami. Where is my cursor?
Optimum not the pure devotee and get a chance to understand devotional service. The Bhagavad is optimum benefits for a devotee.
Can you please be on mute, somebody? Okay, so Brahma, Shambhu, Shukadev Goswami. So who is Shukadev? Anybody knows? Who is Shuka Muni?
The son of Vyasa Muni.
Yeah, and what did he preach, and to whom is he speaking here?
He is preaching Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj.
Yes, very nice. So this is Prahlad Maharaj and Narada Muni, Janaka Maharaj, and Kumaras, the four Kumaras, Kapila Muni, who has told this Sankhya philosophy, has given Sankhya philosophy. This comes in Canto 3. And then Swayambhu Manu, Bhishma Pitamaha, right? And then Bali Maharaj and Yama. So these are the 12 Mahajans. So if we also take their path, then we will be able to understand the Lord. So how Krishna reciprocates? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. Mama Vartman, 1 second. There is another 2 lines have gone. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. Mama Vartmanu Vartante. Something is coming. The line has missed. Okay, you read the translation. Okay, maybe it is in behind this. No. Okay, it is not showing. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Okay. So Krishna is, okay, basically what Krishna is saying here, how one surrenders to the Lord, accordingly Krishna reciprocate. So because it is said in the spiritual world, there are 5 exchanges with the Lord, right? We can serve the Lord in Shantarasa. Shantarasa means these are the pets, or the peacock and cow, and they serve the Lord in Shantarasa because they don't know how to speak, or there is no much exchange between them. So they serve in Shantarasa. And then comes Shantarasa and Dasya Rasa, second one. So Dasya Rasa means as a servant, right? Like Lord Hanuman, how he serves Lord Ram. So that is a servantal attitude. So Dasya. And then comes Sakya, as a friend. We can see here Krishna's friends, how as a friend we can have a relationship with the Lord. So that is Sakya Rasa. And then comes Vatsalya Rasa, like Yashodama, right? Yashoda and Krishna. So like that also Krishna can be our child like. So Krishna, whoever somebody, a devotee likes to have a Krishna as a child, then Krishna will be a child for them. And then Vatsalya, and then highest is the Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa means the Krishna that he has the relationship with the Gopikas and Radharani. So that is the highest Madhurya. So actually each one of us have one of the relation with the Lord, but currently we don't know that. But when we get purified, when we get established that we advance in spiritual life, it is said that we will know what is my relationship. Am I in which rasa with the Lord? Is it a Sakya, or is it a Dasya or Madhurya? That we will know, it seems. So Krishna says, accordingly I reciprocate. So how person worship him, accordingly Krishna reciprocate. So this is a famous shloka. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam.
According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable.
Okay, so in this we understand, like Krishna is telling how and why the caste system was made. So Krishna is confirming here, the Lord is confirming that I am the one who have created this caste system. But how did this caste system come into place? What was the criteria? That is divided not by birth. Krishna is not telling that whoever born by birth is a belong to certain caste. No, Krishna is telling, I have made this division based on the nature that person has. The three mode of nature is governs all people, right? So whoever mode is there, if the person has a Brahmanical quality, then he is considered as a Brahmana, not just by birth. So here Krishna says, Chaturvanya Maya system, the four, what is that? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And how it is done? Guna and Karma Vibhagashaha. That means I have divided based on their guna, means quality that they possess, and karma, means that work they do. So what work the Brahmana does? Patan, Patan, Yajan, Yajan, Dana, Parigraha. That means Patan, Patan. He studies the Vedas and he preaches the Vedas. And Kshatriya, Veda, Patan, Patan, Yajan, Yajan. That is sacrifice. He does the sacrifice and he also teach sacrifice to others. And Dana Parigraha means charity. He accepts food in charity, and whatever left he gives back in charity to others. So that is a Brahmana. If somebody is doing these things, then he is considered as Brahmana. And then the Kshatriya. Kshatriya means, Kshat means the problem, right? The anxiety or the problems that people have. And Triya means to protect. So basically, Kshatriya means the one who gives protection to his subjects. So that is why kings are Kshatriyas. So, and also they should be good in administration. So administrative qualities whoever has, so he is a Kshatriya. And then Vaishya. So basically the maintenance part, right? Maintaining economy. So he does the trading and then also the Go Raksha, cow protection. This is done by Vaishya. And Shudra is the one who helps these three. So because actually it is mentioned 9 qualities are there for a Brahmana. This we'll see in chapter 18. So, and then 7 qualities to a Kshatriya, 3 qualities to Vaishya and 1 quality to Shudra. So this is how the caste system was made. So basically how like the children were sent to Gurukul at the age of 5, right? So there the Guru will decide based on the guna and karma, like what education can be given to that child. Should he be brought up like a Brahmana or like a Kshatriya? So that is how it was made. But now we have, everybody has misinterpreted, and we have completely lost that. Why did Krishna create caste system? Okay, what are your views on this? What was the need of creating a caste system? Yes, Parnika?
So that everyone will do their prescribed duties and the creation can be maintained.
Okay, what is the purpose of that? So, what is the purpose of making such divisions? Yes, Agrim?
Ma'am, we all have different strengths. Some are mentally strong and some are physically strong. By this division system, the persons who are physically strong enough to do the works are considered to be the Shudras that did the works, the chores, and the ones who were mentally intellectual were given the parties of Brahmins so that they can educate others. And the ones who were strong and a bit cold-hearted, they were considered the Kshatriyas who can protect everything.
Yeah. Is it followed now? Do we have such administrators in our in our government or like that? Do we have such people?
It's just you can say that it's on paper, but it's not followed regularly.
Yeah, right. And also we saw like how the caliber of the rishis, right? They were all Raja rishis who were coming from Sapradaya, and so everybody knew that spiritual what was the importance of spirituality. But now whoever takes king, who becomes the leaders, they themselves they don't know. Then what are they going to lead the people, right? So it's really so Krishna has made this for a purpose, so that everybody can go back to God, back to Godhead. It's not like only Brahmanas go back to God. No, because everybody has a chance. Do the perfection in whatever work you are doing, whatever quality you have gained, based on three modes. Krishna says that it comes in chapter 18, where Krishna says that one has to follow do the work which is uh, I mean, which is born out of the three modes. Like what is his real nature, that one has to be get engaged. Otherwise we will never be happy, because that is why we see, right, in corporate many people are not happy. Why? Because they are not designed for that. That is not their nature, but they are working in different way. Maybe he has a Brahmana quality, but he is working in a under somebody, because our NND Prabhu, the president, he says that if we are working for salary, then you are a Shudra. He says, like any company, if you're working, then you are a Shudra, because it is not, we are dependent on that. But more, I think, and also it is said in Shastras that Kalau Sarve, everyone is Shudra. It seems in Kali Yuga, everybody is born as Shudra. Then Prabhupada says that we have to make our life perfect by becoming, if you become a Brahman before you die, then that means your life has become perfect. So by birth, everybody are Shudras. But by samskara dvija, that is, by samskara one can become dvija or a Brahmin. So it's not compulsory that, okay, if I am born in some low caste or something, all my life or until I die, I have to be like that. No, I can also elevate myself to a Brahman. Like when a person gets the initiation from a spiritual master, he becomes a Brahmin. Does Lord Krishna also come under Varnashrama system? Does Krishna has this Varnashrama system? Can post in? No. Okay, we'll see what Krishna says. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha iti mam yobhijanati karma bhidna sabhadyate.
There is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of birth.
Yeah. So what Krishna is saying, that no work does affects me, nor do I aspire for any fruits of action. One who understands, because we see that when Krishna came, he had done all kind of work. So here he is washing the feet of Sudama. So that is a work of a Shudra. He is doing that, and then he does act of Kshatriya here, because when Bhishma wanted to, he took an arrow to kill Arjuna, then because to save his devotee, he is not supposed to do, because he was a charioteer. But then Krishna crosses all the dharma, because nothing applies to Krishna. So he becomes a Kshatriya here. And then he was also Vaishya by protecting the cows. He was taking care of cows. He did the Vaishya job. And then he was a Brahmana, because the highest knowledge of Bhagavad Gita was told to Arjuna. So Krishna has done all the work. So and nothing binds to Lord. Because many people have doubt, oh, why Krishna we also got seen somebody, some stories they have, but nothing. Krishna is clearly telling here, nothing binds me. I'm not entangled by anything. Karmano hi api bodhavyam cha vikarmanah akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Yes.
The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is.
So we can never understand how this karma affects, right? Because it is very dangerous. Whatever we do, punya, we may, there are three types of karma, right? One is karma, akarma, and vikarma. So akarma, karma, if we do good deeds, you get so much pious deeds you get punya. And what with that punya, we go to higher planets. But then again, what happens? It is like a currency. You have a currency with you. You have and then when you spend, it is over, right? So again, you have to work. So similarly, you have the pious, you do the pious deed, lot of pious deed, you go to heaven. And then once your pious deeds are over, you have to come back to this world again, material world, take birth again, and then again, we do the other work. But then if somebody does bad deeds, he will go lower in the lower lives, like animal life. So the person will get animal life, and then but then what is recommended is akarma. Akarma means doing the work for Krishna. So when akarma, then there is no karma attached. There is no pious, not impious. It is not pious or impious. Akarma is without working, without any expectation, and for the Lord's satisfaction only. So for akarma, we remember Narada Muni, because always chanting the glories of the Lord, and he goes to different planets. So his only work is to glorify the Lord. So what is difference between karma, akarma? Okay, this I just told you. Okay, is it clear to you what is karma, vikarma, and akarma?
Ma'am, please repeat vikarma.
Vikarma, okay. See, we go back to here. So we can see here, right? So actually, these are all as per scriptures, it is said as vikarma. So if the person is like too much, I mean, if a person is exposing, right? So that person is, Krishna will instruct the material world. So how are we getting the bodies? Because we desire something based on our desires. So this you will be studying in the future chapters. I think this will come in chapter 13. So based on that, Krishna will instruct the material nature because I desired something. So accordingly, the mother nature will create a suitable body for us. So here, that person is going to get a plant life in next life, because plant need not dress only, right? It can stand naked for thousands of years. So similarly, here one person, here a person, if is eating a meat, then it is not supposed to be eaten, because God has given so many other things for us to eat. But then if somebody is engaged, then he may get a body suitable for that, so that he can have a raw flesh, he can attack the animals and he can eat. So he may become a tiger. And somebody is sleeping all the time, right? Most of the time, too much of sleeping for us, like, so then what happens? The material nature can give a body of a polar bear, because polar bear can sleep for 6 months on a stretch, right? So, and then here somebody is eating anything and everything without any discrimination. So such person, intoxicated food or these things, so that person can get a body of a pig, because pig, there is no differentiation. Okay, even if you give a sweet, it will eat, or if you give a stool also, it will eat. So such is the thing. So this karma, we don't know how we get entangled, so we have to be very careful here. So that is akarma. Bad means the things which are not mentioned in the, like doing something which is not to be done, which is against the scriptures, that is vikarma. Karma means good deeds based on the whatever is good mentioned in the Vedas. If you do that, you can elevate. So that they are good karmas. But then akarma means there is no attachment. So we have to basically do akarma. Means whatever we do, like we saw, like yesterday we saw sakarma and nishkama karma, right? Sakarma means some portion we give it to Lord. Nishkama means without working without expectations. So I mean, not having attachment to the fruits of the actions. So how can we gradually progress in devotion to devotional service? So there are 9 steps. So it starts with the faith. So one should have initial faith, that is called as Shraddha. Then comes Sadhu Sangha, which is the association of devotees. So basically, after you complete these 18 days, you will continue your journey into level 2 and then level 3, level 4, like that. So what happens? There we will have the Bhakti Vriksha groups where we will have you will study along with your other devotees, right? You will so it is nice. You are in a devotee association. So you meet once or twice in a week. You read the books like you start with the Bhagavad Gita, like that. So association of devotees. This is very important. Otherwise, if there is no association, it's easy for us to fall down again to the material world. Like, so then initiated in practice of this is called Bhajana Kriya, and then comes Anartha Nivritti, removal of unwanted things. So, and then so what happens when we start chanting? So when we start chanting, slowly this will happen. So whatever so many things, many people have this experience. They're spending a lot of money on unnecessary things and wasting time on different things. All that will get reduced. That is called as Anartha Nivritti. And then comes faithfulness, that is Nishtha. Then taste, that is called as Ruchi, taste in practice. So when we develop a taste in devotion, and then becomes the attachment to the Lord, Asakti, and then Bhava, next stage, aesthetic stage, and then comes the love of God. So that is called as Prema. So the last shloka, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha.
Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth.
Yeah. Because jnaninas tattvadarshinaha, because they have seen the truth. So how we have to go to a spiritual master? It is not like a demanding or questioning or doubting way. It has to be submissive. So inquire. Krishna says submissively inquire. Even Krishna also, here we can see Krishna and Balram. They also went to Gurukul. And who was their guru? Anyone knows who was their guru?
Guru Sandipani.
Sandipani Muni, right? So even Krishna, so one has to approach a spiritual master and inquire submissively, and he has to render the service. So then that person is a realized person, so he will be able to give us the knowledge. So just like even in the material world, we need a guru for everything. Mentors are required, right? Everywhere we see there has to be a mentor. Even in a sports, if you go, so everybody needs a mentor. So here we are planning for an interplanetary travel, right? We want to go from this material planet to a spiritual planet. So how is it possible without the help of a guru? So even just for 100 meters, you to train someone, they need a coach. So how come in spiritual life we don't need a guru? We need a guru. So only he can take us. So it said even in Guru Ashtakam, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasadat nagatihi kutopi, Dhyayan stuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado means if he is pleased, if we are able to please the spiritual master, then it is a blessing from the Lord. Yasya prasadat nagati kutopi means if we don't get a mercy of spiritual master, then we can never advance in our spiritual life. That is what the shloka says. So we need these blessings, and you all have blessings of, I pray that you all get blessings of Srila Prabhupada, and you get the love of Krishna. So with this, we complete this chapter 4. Any questions? Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Agrim, you have a question?
Ma'am, the shloka said that there are three gates, three doors to hell, and
That
one
is, yeah, that is coming in the future lesson. I just mentioned that. Yes.
that one of them is greed. And ma'am, on the first day we concluded that it is our greed for higher taste of devotion that helps us to remove the maya around us.
Hmm.
So how come we conclude that greed is a door to hell?
No, this greed is material greed, okay, bodily attachment. I mean, in the sense, greed, lust, and anger. These are all coming because of the body conception. But that greed is, see, anything we cannot diminish. Like desire is bad, right? But then desire in Krishna consciousness is not bad. So desiring to know more about Krishna or to have association with the Lord and his devotees, that is not bad. So desire is not bad. Only we have to dovetail. Even the same thing with the greed. If the greed is in Krishna consciousness to know more in spirituality, that is not bad. So actually, there is a shloka also which says that what is the main criteria to advance in spiritual life? That is tatra laulyam eka mulyam, something like that. That means only the greed to know more. That is required to advance. So that greed is, but here it is not speaking about that greed. Okay. Hare Krishna. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else has a question? So Agrim was missing yesterday, right? You didn't come yesterday, right? Agrim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you had some other work.
No, actually, I was feeling a bit unwell.
Okay. I was thinking, where is this boy? Okay. Any other questions? Everybody understood today's chapter? How do I? Okay. Yes. Any questions you have? No questions? Okay, then let's meet tomorrow. Do you want to see a video? It's a 8-minute video. Prabhupada explains how to see God. Do you all want to see that video? Okay. Okay, whoever want to stay can stay. Others, if you want to leave, you can leave. I'll just play for it. Is a 7 minutes video. It's a nice video. I'll just share. Is it audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Audible, right? Okay. 1 second. Maybe I should stop the live. How do I stop live? Because sometimes it comes. How do I stop live?